Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy King A here, and today we are talking about 5 stars. Um, and the reason why I want to talk about 5 stars is because on July 4th, which I think is 6 days from now, um, they are adding another group of champions into the 5 star crystal. And so my advice for that is my advice overall for the 5 star crystal is um, definitely don't open the basic crystal until October. Um, but if you have some stamina, don't open it until December. But that's not why I'm making this video. It's not just to say, not to make a whole 4 minute video about don't open your crystal till December, because that would kind of be a waste. I'm going to be talking about which 5 stars are worth ranking up, and which 5 stars aren't, like which ones are good, what their uses are, why you would want to rank up a certain character over another one. So I have an infographic of all the 5 stars in the pool right now, and when the next one is being added, so I will provide a link to that in the description below. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Um, so I would say right now in the 5 star crystal, um, the majority of the characters are not good. In talking about the sorry, talking about the entire roster of the game. Like the majority of the characters in there are not good, and adding with the next edition, that level of goodness is going to go even farther down. And one of the things that I've seen and come across in my time of playing the game is that people lower their standards for 5 stars compared to 4 stars, which makes sense in a way because 5 stars are rare, so you might rank up a 5 star storm, but you wouldn't you might take a 5 star storm up to rank 3 or rank 4 because she has good prestige, but you would never take a 4 star storm to rank 5 unless you have no one else to rank up, like you're at that point in endgame. But there's other champions that really frustrate me, and it's one of the annoying things about the prestige race. Um, is that people rank up champions that are not good, and then they try and justify it in their own minds. Like all the people with a rank 4 Ronin, like he doesn't. I know only real reason they have that Ronin at rank 4 is for prestige, and because all rank 4 champions have good prestige. The only real reason people bring up an Iron Patriot or a duped Iron Patriot or a duped Iron Man or a duped Superior Iron Man to rank 4 is for prestige, and it's really frustrating to see people bringing up these horrible champions to rank 4 as 5 stars when they're just not good and you probably won't use them. Um, so Iron Man, Iron Patriot, and Superior Iron Man. Basically, the excuse is, well, they have a good regen, so like, I don't know, let's rank them up. Even when Wolverine and X-23 both have better regen, they've been in the game forever. If you don't have them, like, I mean, I guess you're just a new player, but there's other, like, Doctor Voodoo and Ghost Rider as 4 stars are gonna have better regen than Iron Patriot, Iron Man, and Superior Iron Man as 5 stars. Like most people have a Wolverine or an X-23 as a 4 star, and those champions are going to be better and have way more utility in Alliance Quest, which is where most people use them. There are champions. I see people with Magnetos at rank 4, and they're like, well, he gets a heal block and an armor break and a bleed. And it's like, right, but that heal block doesn't matter that much anymore because willpower has been nerfed to the ground. That armor break is really weak, and the bleed is also really weak. So his utility isn't good. And then, what's another one? And people say Ant-Man's good because he has his glancing ability, which, I mean, people have kind of stopped ranking up their Ant-Mans. But there's characters like um, Captain Marvel or like Venom Pool, which are two that I've seen people say are good when like they're just not. Like there's so many people with the Captain Marvel at rank 4, and they're like, well, yeah, she hits like a truck, and it's like, what? Because her attack goes up by like 800 at rank 4, and she has good prestige and she's poison immune. Like that's a decent champion, but it's not a rank 4 worthy champion. And I know people say that she's good for Labyrinth. I know she's not good for Labyrinth because you're basically just taking a character in that has base 3000 attack because you're always going to keep her at her max power, and then you lose all the damage that you would be getting on your specials anyway. So you're not gaining anything by having that character in Labyrinth. It's just having a rank 4 champion in Labyrinth. Or someone like Loki. People are like, oh wait, actually, let me talk about Venompool. And Venompool, he has a decent bleed, but you can only get it on the special, so it's what? Once every 10, 15 hits? Or if you're using the L2, once every 20, 25 hits? And what it, like, it might be 1,000 at rank 4, or 1,000 per tick, but that's going to be like 6,000, probably not 6,000 damage. That's going to be a decent amount, and then you can buff steal with like a slight regen, and he gets some random buffs. Like that's not a champion that's worth rank 4. Like rank 3 for those two characters, I get. They hit hard, they have some utility, but it's not worth taking them to rank 4. What's another champion? Loki. People say Loki is good. They're like, well, he gets an instant buff steal, and it's like okay, but they're literally every Mystic champion has some kind of nullify, and his buff steal like you need to get it only lasts for 7 seconds. It doesn't even last for as long as the buff that you stole, and that's literally his only use. And when are you ever stealing buffs, except for like a Groot or an Old Man Logan, which you never fight anyway, except in challenges. And even when you do fight them in challenges, they're easy as hell to fight. Like there's, oh, it just gets me really frustrated to have these people bringing up these champions to rank 4, and then another thing that I saw recently is this dude brought he brought up a Mordo to rank 4, and he also brought up an Iron Man to rank 4. And the Mordo, or he hasn't brought the Mordo up yet, but he has his Iron Man at rank 4, and then he's bringing up his Mordo, which makes sense because Mordo's a great defender and he has really high prestige. So that one makes sense. That's a rank 4 worthy champion. But Iron Man wasn't worth rank 4. And now he's complaining. He's like, well, I can't get another rank 4 because I don't have enough tier 2 alphas. And it's like, well, maybe if you ranked up one of your champions that could get through Labyrinth, which he does have, then you wouldn't have this issue. Then you could have had a hard-hitting champ, you could have had Mortal, and you could have had your Iron Man. So, like, people don't prioritize getting resources or being able to do challenges further along an endgame and eventually have more tier 2 alphas to bring people up. Like, that's the thing. If you're really worried about your prestige, think long term. Because if you have a champion that can do Labyrinth, that's a whole nother champion you have at rank 4. It's a whole nother 5-star you have at rank 4. And then that's 3 champions you can have at rank 4. Like, I can bring up 2 champions to rank 4. I don't really want to bring up any of these champions right now. Maybe Spider-Man. But then after I do Spider-Man, I could have room for, like, another featured champion. Like, because it gives me more options, and I have more, and I can look for champions with utility and decent prestige. Because all rank 4s have much higher prestige than any 4-star rank 5. So at least the point I am at in the game, if you're gonna get top 300, for an Alliance quest, having 1 or 2 rank 4s is enough. You don't need to have one of the highest prestige rank 4s in the game. If you're looking for the top 150, then yeah, that's what you can worry about. But most people aren't worrying about that, and they're worrying about getting into that top 300 spot in Alliance quest. So it's just like, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to make this little rant video on advice. Like, don't rank up a champion that has not a lot of utility, or don't rank up a champion that does that champion's job way better, especially with all the characters coming into the 5-star crystal now. Like, don't lower your standards as a potential character to rank up when you're going to have all these options in like 6 months. And I think one of the best things you could do is right before you're about to rank up a champion, right before you're about to rank up a 5-star to rank 3 or 4, think in your mind, if this was a 4-star, would I take it to rank 5? If the answer to that question is yes, then take that champion up. I don't You might have lower standards overall, but at least you're not lowering standards just for that special champion. Just make sure that champion is worth taking up to rank 5 as a 4-star before you take that champion up to rank 3, and especially rank 4 as a 5-star, because a lot of the times people regret taking up their Iron Mans, taking up their Iron Patriots, taking up their superior Iron Mans, taking up their Ronins, taking up their Magnetos, taking up their Storms, taking up their Venom pools, taking up their Captain Americas, taking up their Lokis to rank 4, and they complain about not being able to get through Labyrinth because, oh, it's a crash grab, and oh, it's too hard, even though you can grind out 4,000 units in Arena and do one run through and have another tier 4 alpha. So, like, yeah. Um, but I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you guys do use this advice. If you don't, then oh well, I guess. But do at least try and keep this in mind whenever you're thinking about ranking up a champion. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. We just hit 160 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. Remember to like, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more. But I will catch you guys later. Peace.